So not a lot happened between today and yesterday. It was another very, very low energy day, but it felt a little higher energy than the last couple of days. But I didn't have any energy for projects. I only had energy for housework and personal hygiene. Apparently, at the moment, for whatever reason, showering uses up a lot of my spoons, which I find somewhat baffling. And of course, because I have no energy, I don't have motivation or energy for cooking, so we keep eating out, which is bad for the budget. So I really hope that my body adjusts to this medication in a hurry, because I am getting very tired of being tired. I have figured out what I'm going to do for my 555 subscribers special, despite the fact that I've already exceeded 555 subscribers, but never mind that. So hopefully in the next couple of days I'll have enough energy to work on that and upload it. I found my CD401.7s, and I've got a pack of triple nickels somewhere over around here, and I'll be using the CD401.7s to make a counter that counts up to 555. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I felt like I had something else I was going to talk about today. And I'm giving a bunch of dead air while I rack my brain trying to remember what the thing was that I wanted to talk about today. Nope, it's gone. Another side effect of depression and mental illness is apparently my memory is completely shot, like just absolutely messed up. Like earlier today, sometimes I wear big woolly socks over top of my regular socks because we keep the house a little on the cooler side to save on gas. So I was feeling a little bit chilly, and especially after starting the new antidepressants, I seem to feel a lot colder, which I'm going to ask the pharmacist about tomorrow. But I put the one sock on, and then I just sat there and kind of stared at the wall for, I don't know, like something like 10 minutes. I was sitting there looking at the wall doing nothing, and that's not particularly useful. And then I sat there and I'm like, wasn't I doing something? Pardon me while I'm adjusting the polarization filter there to make it a little less washed out. And yeah, I came to, but that's not really the right word. I realized that I was just kind of staring off into nothingness and couldn't remember what I was doing. I was like, I was doing something and I don't remember what it was. Oh well, I'll get up and make myself some tea. And then I stood up and the other woolly sock that I hadn't put on yet fell off of my lap, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I was putting on socks. That's one of the most blatant examples of the executive dysfunction that I've been dealing with as a result of depression. And then there's the weird stuff going on with my blood, which, small red blood cells don't transport oxygen as efficiently, so that could also contribute to exhaustion, but it also seems like my body is compensating for having small blood cells by producing extra blood cells, but they're still not going to be as efficient. It's a law of inverse square kind of thing. Blood cells aren't spherical, of course, but they have enough spherical components to them so that the law of inverse square does kind of apply to them. So the larger a blood cell is, it can carry an exponentially greater amount of oxygen. It's the same thing when they get too small. They carry an exponentially less amount of oxygen. So even if my body is producing extra red blood cells, it's not going to fully offset the fact that they're small. So hopefully we get to figure out why my red blood cells are small, figure out a way to treat it. And the funny thing is if it's microcytic anemia, which is what they call blood cells that are too small, it's something that I've always had, which would explain why I've, throughout life I've always been kind of a sleepy, lethargic kind of guy, but I thought that was just the way I am. But maybe it's because I've had, insufficiently sized red blood cells my entire life. So I spent some time earlier today thinking about, gee, what would it be like to not be lethargic all the time? Because I've been kind of that way all my life, and I'm like, it would be weird to actually have a normal, what most people would consider a normal amount of energy. So I'm kind of looking forward to the possibility of actually, having larger amounts of energy. It's kind of exciting, actually. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What else can I say about today? Not much. There's not a lot going on. Yeah. So I guess I'll just wrap it up there. See you tomorrow.